Hello and welcome back to Dune Awakening. Last time we took a break from questing and we just hit some spots in the shell with some celestial chests um, and working on getting the Acheronian uh, heavy armor set. And then there's also, would like but not as important, the Syndicate light armor set. So yeah, I've been doing that little run and also hitting the Euphoria, just like trying to get more copies of the Tarl Cutter and stuff, and the loot over there, and many runs. And I have yet to get all the pieces, but I almost have all the pieces of the Acheronian set. So I have the legs and the gloves, chest, and the helmet. And then also out of, I think, the chest with the Harkonnen base is where you get the Syndicate pants. So I have everything but the Syndicate gloves. So gonna learn that, not gonna craft that. I am gonna craft the 4 pieces of Acheronian that I have. I even tried to buy a pair of boots from John schematics, but all he had was the helmet. So yeah, and I think the chest with the Syndicate armor, I got the Rattler Boost Module Mark 5, that's for bigger buggy boot Mark 5, and the Relentless Disruptor. I'm not going to craft those 3 things either, but I'm going to go ahead and learn them just to complete my schematic collection. I will craft the bigger buggy boot. I'll make the Mark 5 buggy soon. At least make the bigger boot and the cutaway. And then all this other stuff is duplicates of stuff I've already learned and some plastinium stuff. So yeah. Let's oh, and I forgot to mention that you may notice it is empty here where I usually park my Scout. Another thing I want to do tonight is before we get back to the main quest, which is we need to go to Harko and talk to Alara. I want to craft a Mark 5 Scout Ornithopter. It's just not practical to drive the Assault all the time because it's hard to park. So if there's a storm, it's basically have to fly off the map or somehow find a big enough spot or get back to base. So just make the quicker Scout Ornithopter for just questing and stuff, and then use the Assault for farming. So let us learn all these schematics. Acheronian. Let's see, what does it say about this? In ancient mythology, Acheron was said to be the entrance to hell. This unique armor was relieved from a shipwreck in the shell and became sought after due to its thick protective layer. Not that it helped those who died of radiation in the shell. Okay. And then the Syndicate pants. Syndicate is a large off-road criminal organization that has never been able to get a foothold on Arrakis due to the tireless efforts of Asmar Tuick and the smugglers to keep them out. Nobody knows why their mercenaries have begun to arrive in the Haga Basin, nor what their interest is in the radiated wrecks of the shell. This unique armor is designed to keep environmental hazards at bay. So yes, light armor. It's light armor with some heat protection. It's got dash stamina cost reduction and blade mitigation, but otherwise it's just for like hazard damage, energy, fire, and poison. So it might be useful for the new, like, they have like fire and electricity dungeon and stuff coming with chapter 3. So maybe useful for that. Then the Rattler Boost Module Mark 5, named for the cool-blooded snakes of old Earth and the inevitable shaking and rattling that comes when it is engaged. This unique boost module generates less heat but like the snake it is named for, is a little more sluggish when cool. Okay. Bigger buggy boot, Mark 5. We know about that. We have the Mark 4. And then the Relentless Disruptor. The Acheronian base in the Haga Basin overlooks the radiated shipwrecks of the Sheol. Sometimes during the long watches of the night when a soldier has time to contemplate their life in Arrakis, they take the long elevator down to the sands and disappear into the south. This unique disruptor is named as an insult to those who would desert their posts and used against them if they are ever seen again. Okay. Oh, and speaking of traders, hitting that Euphoria over and over again. Those are actually Acheronian troopers, and funny enough, I'm getting credit towards the House for Sheesh thing for this week. Kill Acheronian house troopers, man. What a loyal Acheronian faction member I am. So, alright, well let's get crafting. Let's start with the armor. Of course we have everything but the gloves, but that'll be okay. Good start. Keep trying to get the gloves. Alright, so Syndicate, no, not Syndicate, Acheron. So the chest, which is the most expensive, is 55 duraluminum ingot, 16 plasteel microfluoro fiber, 30 silicone blocks, which I've been hitting flour sand a good bit to craft a bunch of lubricant because I had run out for powering the wind turbines. So I've been hitting some. There is a pretty safe spot, almost completely safe spot out by Haga Rift. At least this week. Armor plating and spice infused or aluminum dust, which I have tons of from doing that shell run over and over again. The helmet, the gauntlets, and the pants. Alright, let that craft. Then the vehicle fabricator. Alright. So, thruster, no, we don't need that. We got storage. There is not a Mark 5 storage. Oh, I have not unlocked Mark 5 yet. Alright. Scout Hull, Mark 5. So duraluminum, which I've farmed. I kept farming jasmium as I did that run, and then I had a good bit of aluminum. I did an airthrite run. Actually, John did one with me, so I got a ton of cobalt paste for the moment. And then this takes diamondine dust too. So, Mark 5 cockpit. Same exact things. Same exact amount too. That's weird. Huh. Interesting. So the engine also takes hydraulic pistons, which I was getting those out of the Acheron fort, the Harkonnen fort in Sheol. Generator needs military power regulators, also from the Harkonnen base. Generator. Mark 5 chassis. Already have a Mark 5 thruster. And then we need 4 wings. And apparently the wings are where it gets the speed from. Yeah, glide speed right there. Oh, the glide speed. Alright. Not the max boosted speed, but maybe that comes from the engine. Yeah. What was max unboosted speed? Alright. 4 wings coming up. But yeah, I put my Mk5 Scout in storage, so you know, if something happens to the 5, of course, they've added if your vehicle gets eaten by the worm, you can actually restore it. It loses some max durability, but you know, they've definitely made it easier, but I mean, whatever, I guess it's okay. Although I lost my first scout to a worm, and you know, I learned a lesson or two. Alright, let that finish. Let's see. Put this armor up. Sentinel helmet, Sentinel pants, Sentinel gloves are staying for now. Sentinel jackets. Oh yeah, Sentinel boots. Okay. And I have the scan module that I actually found. I've never actually crafted one of these, but I'll put that on there. Alright. So, sounds like everything is done. Let's grab the new armor. Let's see what the new armor looks like. Oh, and it's the boots I need to keep, not the gloves. And very Darth Vader from the back, at least. Samurai, I guess. Firefighter from the front. Interesting. Okay. Gloves and Sentinel boots. So like purple and black, and like iron color, gunmetal color, the metal. Let's see what it looks like with a different swatch. Let's try the Atreides. That definitely looks like a heavy armor set. Alright, well, whatever. I'll wear it for the moment at least. Alright. Let's put the scout together. How's my water? I got water, I do have a battery. Let's get up here, this will be easier. My unfinished carrier landing pad. There is the bog standard Scout Ornithopter variant. The basic one with the basic swatch. And we're going to put the thruster on there. And of course we want to go with the Acheronian variant. But let's mix up the swatch for the heck of it. What's Blue Dasher look like? It's pretty cool. That's nice. Definitely blend in. Mala. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Pretty cool too. I think I like the sunset. Use that for the moment. You know, I've been killing Acheronians. It's kind of, it's not too far off of green. So pretty cool. Nice. Fuel it up. And we have a little bit of battery left. Let's go grab a new battery. Or we'll land down there. But of course, alright, let's see, we can see the armor. Let's see how the armor looks outside in the sun. Pretty cool. Alright. Yeah, I like the bronze details and glass. It's cool. Alright. Let's put our still suit on for now. But we have moved up almost to the full Acheronian heavy set. Oh, I didn't look at the... Let's go see what the difference in armor is. Alright, so the Acheronian was 283 for the chest. And the Sentinel is... Sorry. Acheronian is 425 for the chest versus 375 for the Sentinel. I think everything else is probably the same. Yeah, the other stuff generally doesn't change, just the armor value. But cool, man. That'll give us, if you know, all those extra pieces. The helmet is 283 versus 250, so 33 more there. You know, another 100 and 150 armor, so any little bit helps. Cool. Alright, let's head to Harco Village. Harco. Almost flew into the shell I've been doing so many times. So, I'm going from this point on with the story. I said I'd accidentally spoil the story for myself by watching my friend's episode of his playthrough, and learn that ahead of time that spoiler alert, we kill Xantar because of compulsion. It turns out the Talaxu created us for a Gola, which is like a clone of a dead person. Which is why we seem to know things already. The trainers keep telling us that. Because Golas can have their source material, DNAs, memories, apparently. Makes perfect sense scientifically. Absolute hard science fiction is Dune. That's what I love about it. Science fantasy, there's always a place for that too. Alright. Go talk to Alara. I guess we could wear our new armor since we're not out in the sun. Be a little more intimidating. Don't worry, firefighter coming through.
Oh look, the kitten is back. Do we have business?
You said Fenry wants to see me.
Dangerous to speak that name aloud. Even here, beneath the cone of silence. You understand that we are not official. We are the hidden hand. Our connection offers no protection, only the danger of discovery and a slow death at the hands of those who would thwart the Imperium's interests.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
You better be. Dangerous times for us all. I hope you're ready, kitten.
Ready for what?
Well, I didn't ask. I'll have my men take you to him. His instructions are clear. We need to blindfold you first. See? I told you I had a ribbon for you, didn't I, kitten?
Well, he didn't kill us when he had the chance before, so let her blindfold us.
Such trust. I promise not to take advantage of it.
Let Alara lead you away.
Ah, my favorite assassin. I must confess that reading Alara's reports is a rare pleasure. Except this last report. You entered the ruins of old Carthage, accompanied by the outlaw Xantara, and you returned alone. Tell me, what happened down there?
Mentan, I've slain Xantar, but not on my own volition. Analysis of my mental state confirms external compulsion. Yeah, I'll tell him that.
As a mentat, your mind is a fortress built on logic and reason. Yet even the most impregnable fortress conceals hidden gates. Tell me what transpired. Spare no detail.
Describe the Benny Tlilax lab and the events.
The Benny Tlilax, a nest of spiders that burned with old Carthage. Or so I thought. And you, a Gola, the flesh of the fallen, reborn. Fascinating. Your service has earned you answers. Ask.
You had me assassinate other Golas, why?
They were the first sign that the Benny Tlilax were not done with Arrakis. My agents began reporting stir-ups among the minor power players. We quickly discovered that these were Tleilax agents, but that they were Gola was unexpected. Nevertheless, I could not allow them to destabilize the region. We must each do our part, and the spice must flow.
Do you have experience with the Benny Tleilax?
Years ago, my informants traced some unusual activity in Carthage to a Bene Tleilaxu lab. Before we could investigate further, the city was destroyed. The destruction of old Carthage is considered a terrible accident. But was it? I believe it was the Tleilaxu who destroyed the city. A monstrous choice. Destroying innocent lives to cover their profane works.
And yet they were unable to blow up their own lab. That makes a lot of sense. You promised me answers. I want to know more about Golas.
Unlike clones, who are grown from living cells, Gola are grown from the flesh of one who has died. The process of doing so is knowledge known only to the Bene Tleilax. They make a fortune dealing their blasphemous wares across the Imperium. Spoiled Na Familia will pay extraordinary sums to have their favorite pet or retainer resurrected. But they are never quite the same. No Gola has the memories of its original host. No Gola remembers who they are. If you value the past or the mind, then Gola are worthless.
And what about me?
Indeed, you are a refinement. Your compulsion doesn't drive you to madness as it did the ones who came before you. You have a great deal of imprinting. You can learn skills that take decades to develop in a short amount of time. And, fascinatingly, you don't have the appearance of whoever you are originally grown from. Perhaps that is the clue. You must have been someone with a recognizable face. The Bene Tleilax are forced to hide you in plain sight.
Maybe I'm several people combined.
It seems highly unlikely. Such experiments would be psychologically unstable.
I was someone famous then?
It's plausible. You seem designed to be anonymous.
What do you think they want?
Perhaps we can discover the answer together. Recently, there has been a string of murders in Acheronian. The victims have all been my agents at one time or another. A Tleilax retaliation for your efforts on my behalf. My chief inspector believes so. Travel to Acheronian. Find my investigator in the Imperial Consulate. He'll be thrilled to have the help.
Alrighty, sir.
I expect nothing but excellence from you. Report to Alara when you are done. I will continue research into your origins.
Goodbye. Man, I wish you'd let you have either the Bendu Sprint or the Shigawire in the cities. Just those. Let's move around a little faster. Air key. Northeast. Oops. Oh, can you even land in there from here? No. Can't go back to the water shivers mansion either. Just taking up space on the map. Now we're gonna wait 57 hours to load into Acheronian. I was looking at the lands rat stuff. Besides to see that I've been getting points for killing my fellow Atreides. I think there's one I can do. I did the guns last time to get that skin. This bit darts. There's another one I might be able to do. Forget which one it is, but maybe heavy caliber compressors. Maybe. Just gonna use them all, so can only do it once, but it's alright. I was getting those out of Sentinel City when I was hitting that chest to get stuff out of there. Second. Quite a few. Talk to the chief investigator. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this last time. I'm not gonna forget this time. Not gonna forget. Hey buddy. How you doing? Just bring you a carrot. Whoops. Oh, it's this guy.
Well, if it isn't Fenring's pet puzzle box. Last we met, there was a Sardaukar blade against your throat, and I was debating how best to make you scream.
That'd have been a big mistake, Taurus. Good thing your boss had better instincts.
Careful, prisoner. I might start thinking you're trying to scare me.
How about we get the job done and then we can get back to threats and promises?
Threats and promises? Sounds about right. Let's get this going before the killer makes a third option.
We have to move fast.
We don't have time for guesswork. But rushing breeds mistakes, and mistakes mean more blood on the streets. This killer is methodical, precise, and they won't stop until the job's done. There's a pattern to the victims. Find it, and you might catch them in the act. If the killer's still here, and we believe they are, then this is our best, and maybe only, chance to stop them. And make no mistake, if the Bene Tleilaxu are involved, this isn't just a string of murders. It's a purge, carefully planned and devastating. A threat not only to Acheronian, but to the stability of the entire Imperium.
Where do we start?
There is no we. You go out and dig. I stay here and wait for the results. Don't come back empty-handed.
What can you tell me about the dead agents?
They were competent, trained, and experienced. But skill only gets you so far when someone's watching your every move. They ran into something or someone they didn't expect. That's why they're dead now. No one's been able to stop whatever's behind this yet.
Any idea who that may be?
You want suspects? Count Fenring has enemies stacked like sandbags. Some want him dead, some want him ruined, and the rest are just waiting to see which comes first.
Why are you not leading the investigation yourself?
I am doing that very thing, am I not?
You know what I mean.
The Sheriff of Acheronian has many opinions. One of them is that I should stay out of his way. For now, it's sufficient that I remain in the shadows.
Where do you want me to start?
You're not Fenring's only pet. He's got a whole shelf of broken things he likes to wind up and watch. Start with the engineer, Austin Lath, on the upper level of the Seleucid Bull. The last two victims were known associates. He must be mixed up in this somehow.
Seleucid Bull is a large place. Where do I start?
He's not out on the floor with the common drinkers, if that's what you're thinking. Lath sticks to the back rooms. Quiet, curated, and expensive enough to keep the rabble out.
I didn't know there were back rooms. I did not.
Of course not. They are restricted to patrons of higher standing than prisoner. You'll have to speak with the barman on the upper level of the Seleucid Bull, Alistair Chin. Either he or their security man, Ugo Firenze, can provide access.
This Lath character doesn't sound much like an agent.
Agent doesn't mean what you think here. Fenring's people aren't all cloak and dagger types. More like a specialized bunch of killers and survivors. You fit in better than you realize.
Do you have any idea who might be behind this?
We have a prevailing theory, yes. You've just come from Carthage, have you not? Then you felt it. The way the air there hums. Like the place is still screaming. That wasn't war. Wasn't Harkonnen spite. That was Tleilaxu work. Precise and measured erasure. And these killings bear the same signature.
Fenring mentioned the Tleilaxu. I thought Carthage went up in a riot. Some drunk with a laser gun hit a shield.
Makes a tidy cover story, wouldn't you say? The Tleilaxu had a secret foothold under Carthage. You saw it. Hidden labs. Vaults full of nightmares. Things that don't belong on any world. Then someone found it. And when it wasn't secret anymore, they burned the city to cover their tracks.
Who found it? Was it one of the Count's agents?
It would seem that the Tleilaxu believe that, yes. I believe the exact who of it doesn't really matter anymore. For the Tleilaxu, a single breach warrants annihilation. They'll burn the whole house down just to kill the mouse.
And if you think some mice got away?
Then they're not done burning. They'll keep going house by house, room by room, name by name, until the scent's gone and the ash settles.
Anyone else I should talk to besides the barkeep and bouncer?
Lath had an assistant, Hester Klimt. Talk to her. She's a smart girl. Does most of his work, then earns her hazard pay swatting hands from randy officers on the upper level of the Bull.
What else do I need to know about Lath?
If only I had a dossier and a drink menu. Find the man. You'll learn more in 5 minutes than I could tell you in 10.
Understood.
Should you require further guidance, return to me.
I'll get going. Okay. Off to the bar. Upstairs. This guy might be able to help us.
Hello! Welcome to the Matador Room, where the spirit of Caladan steps into the ring, poised, unshaken, and noble to the end.
Alright, so anyway, I thought we'd already talked to this guy. We could talk to him about into the ring. What's that mean? So anyway, the Sluzen Bull is named after Leto's father. So our Orestes' grandfather, who died in a bullfight. I'm looking for your private rooms.
Believe me, I would love to usher you in and cause a scandal. But unless your house's sigil is on the registry, you will have to enjoy this floor with the rest of us wretches.
I respect the velvet rope, Ugo, but today I'm stepping over it. With your blessing would be best.
Ah, if velvet ropes could talk, they would say, no exceptions, not even for charmers. Try another angle. Besides, the room is on lockdown. I'm just the gatekeeper here.
Lockdown, what happened?
A minor medical incident with a patron. We are grateful for your patience.
That's all you can tell me, a minor incident?
Of course, discretion and propriety forbid me from disclosing the activities of our patrons. You understand.
Sub-Prefect Torres sent me. He believes the one I seek is in imminent danger.
Hey, Torres sent you.
I'm looking for an engineer called Ostin Lathe. Word is he's a regular.
Yes, we know Master Lathe well. Alas, he is the subject of the unfortunate medical incident I spoke of.
Minor medical incident, you said?
Yes, but that was before you identify yourself as the sub-prefect's agent.
And now?
I regret to inform you that the engineer has suffered the most conclusive of health setbacks.
He's dead?
Let's just say he won't be ordering more drinks anytime soon.
Was anyone else seen entering the private room besides Lathe?
Master Lathe, he was not exactly a social creature, but he wasn't a monk either. Few faces came and went, trusted ones at that. Well, Alistair, the steward, kept him fed and pickled. The wine merchant, Ambrose Lucifera, would sometimes stop in for a glass or five. He and Lathe share a taste for esoteric reactionary literature. Oh, and his assistant, Hester Klimt. Well, she is the one who actually keeps the planetologist office running. If Lathe had a shadow, it was her.
What is reactionary esoteric literature?
She is a blend of outdated political theory, mystical dogma, and a romantic delusion. Written by fringe thinkers for fringe audiences. Master Lathe's attentions were ever diverted by it, and proletarian erotica.
What was that last part?
Proletarian erotica. Titillating stories about the field hands and mechanics, usually. Grimy rendezvous in tool sheds and bunkhouses. Factory workers rotting behind oil drums while quoting dialectics. It's someone's version of liberation, I suppose.
I still need to see the body.
Very well. But may I ask what is it you are looking for?
Because no one deserves to die like that without some kind of reckoning, the sociopathic killer says.
You are right, of course. If it was the murder, then Master Lathe deserves some inquiry. I am ashamed. Your forbearance reminds me of our beloved Duke. Long may he live.
I'm not sure this was an accident or suicide, Ugo. It might have been a conspiracy.
What a conspiracy! The man was cooked on Vanta draft, and he liked to play revolutionary between relapses.
I need to see the
Very well.
body right away.
I grant you access to the lounge, but I make it quick.
Mind if I run a quick scan? Might pick up something we'd otherwise miss.
Please, wave your little wand around. You will see what I saw. The trail of a man who burned from the inside out.
I better go. Okay. What do I do? Where's the private room?
You are back.
I have more questions.
How can I help?
Okay. If you want to travel to this room, by the decree of sub-prefectors, you're allowed to use your scanner there. Confirm. So let me guess, if another player was in there, I wouldn't be able to do it. But... Oh, I was on my co-op game hitting the Sheol run, and I went to the Euphoria, and there was a sand bike there, so I just scooted on. So a lower level player was there trying to get the Taro Cutter, I would imagine. I'm not sure how they're going to get the duraluminum, but...
If you're hearing this, well, I didn't get away. I'm Austin Lathe, engineer. The guy they call when they want things done, not questions asked. There was this one chance I could have said no, but I didn't. I crunched the numbers, fine-tuned them. That was all it took to bring down the ceiling on 1 million lives. I didn't press the button, but I knew it was coming. I just didn't want to disappoint the guy who asked.
It's a cool room.
They gave me a new title, a nicer coat, called me Na Familia. But after that, they wouldn't look me in the eye. And the thing I hear over and over, it's not the blast, it's my silence. Then I found this pamphlet stuck behind a sink. You dig, you sweat, you die, and your work builds opera houses on worlds you'll never see. There was a sandfly stamped on the back, razor wings, sickle-shaped stinger. What bleeds in silence must one day sing. Didn't get it then, but those words stuck.
So he was getting seduced by these sandflies. A chaos of stained papers littered the table. It looked as if it had been stormed through if it weren't for the empty cups standing undisturbed. Look at the cups, okay. The cups looked soiled. Austin Lathe either was an exceptionally heavy drinker or he may have had some company, okay. Look at the cup on the left. Empty save for some dark dregs at the very bottom. A strong, aggressive smell comes off from it. It's a bit sticky to the touch. Okay. Look at the cup in the middle. Empty, you can smell a faint scent of spiced wine. Look at the cup on the right. Empty, smells of spiced wine. A subtle reddish stain can be seen on the rim when held in the light from the wine, right? So one of them had a weird smell and stickiness, so maybe it was poisoned. Examine something else. Look at the documents. Scrolls are spread out on the table. Most are covered in scribbles and shapes, crumpled, dirtied. One stands out in neat letters on top of the stack. Look at the messy stack of scribbled scrolls. Sketches and undecipherable schematics. It is too chaotic or too expert for you to make sense of it. Look at the neat parchment on top of the stack. It is made of spice paper. It reads, "Wings in the dark, notes towards the future without chains." A manifesto of some sort. Okay. Examine something else. Conclude examination. Alright. And then we can examine this. Austin Lathe gaunt frame lies slumped on the bench, skin pallid and waxy, salt streaks marks where his final sweat dried hours ago. Examine the upper body. No obvious signs of trauma. Mentat. Assess cause of death from posture and state. A limp collapsed, mouth slightly open, suggests sudden systemic failure rather than violence or prolonged agony. Examine the head. Eyes with heavy bags, cheeks hollow and sallow, faint capillaries on his nose hint at long years of drink, not exactly the picture of health. Examine the mouth. Froth clings to the corners of his mouth, dried to a faint crust. Without medical expertise, what this indicates eludes you. Examine the eyes. His eyes remain open, lids sunken with heavy bags. Corneas are faintly clouded, the mark of a sudden systemic failure. Examine something else. Examine Lay's clothing. Well-made garments, finely tailored but worn and unchanged for days. Pockets are empty, showing no recent use. Infer behavioral patterns from dress and state. Extended isolation, no recent change of clothes suggests focus on study or secrecy over personal upkeep. A man withdrawn, consumed by some private labor or obsession before his quiet death. Conclude examination. Okay, interrogate witnesses in the upper Sluzen Bowl. Okay. Alright, well, we're getting kind of long today, so we will continue this. Oh, we have one more thing to interact with. A plastone carafe stands empty on the table, its open mouth carrying only the faint scent of spiced wine. Examine the carafe's label. A label written in neat hand reads, Casarac Red, 10-194 HE, a rare Caledonian vintage, briny and mineral kissed by ocean winds. Conclude examination. Okay. But yeah, so we'll continue there next time. So we are basically, besides a still suit, but you know, as far as combat goes, we are fully upgraded to duraluminum. Well, we need the gloves still for the Acheronian set, but we got the duraluminum Tarl Cutteray, Jolt Sword, Mendex Rattle, Adept Burst Drill Shot, and thufir's Best. And now we have everything but the boots for the Acheronian set, heavy set. So pretty cool. But we'll continue with the investigation next time. Thanks for watching. If you liked the episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.